program using the numbers you find on your screen. You can text us on a normal SMS or through WhatsApp, but we do not take calls. And I will really be grateful for you to be an active viewer by sending us your contribution. With us here on set today, we have Musoke Lucas Lunga. He is the General Coordinator of Excellence Union International. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. We thank all the televiewers. And once more, we still wish to wish all the women Happy Mother's Day. It's very, very important. Women are a great encouragement in the world of today, so we can never forget about them. So we still wish to wish them again the second time Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you for wishing us Happy Mother's Day again today. We also have Vivian Achu, who is a relationship counselor. It's a pleasure to be with you on set today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And we have Vanessa Etara, CEO Van Ayers Vintage, Medical Laboratory Technician. It's a pleasure to be with you again on set today.
Thank you, Ma'am Alice. It's a privilege to be here again.
And if I see the name Aya, I just know where it's coming from. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, today we are looking at building successful and fruitful relationships. I would like us to start by looking at maybe, because we are struggling to solve a problem in the society. First of all, identify those problems that are happening in our relationships today. If at all we agree that there is a problem. I will start with you, Mr. Musoke. Looking at our society today, looking at the kind of relationships we find our youth in today, do you think there is a problem?
There is a very big problem, especially in the African context, where people take a lot of things and probably everything for granted. We are living in a knowledge-based generation, which is usually called the intellectual generation, where everything has been put down, documented, and it's possible to be able to be knowledgeable. I once said here that for you to succeed in life, you need 4 things. The first thing that you need is knowledge. I said this. I'm probably going to say again that you need understanding. Second, you need wisdom, and you need God. God is first, though I put it last in the terms of this. Without God, even if you are the greatest billionaire in the world and you have all the wealth, you have not succeeded. Because you cannot fulfill your purpose without God. You only gamble around, use your own human intellect and the rest, and at the end, you have toiled for nothing. So God is first. And that is why I always call upon all the youths that you should put God first in your life. Then you start seeking for knowledge, because it is the fear of God that is even the beginning of knowledge or wisdom. So you cannot be talking of success at the end when God is not found. Then you have now seeking knowledge, getting understanding about the issues that are existing in life. Then eventually applying this knowledge and understanding wisely. That's where wisdom comes in life. We have a very short life on earth. Even if you are going to live for 200 years, it's still short. So don't tell me that you have a long life. Long life is, we had long life when someone lived for about 900 how many years, 800 how many years, 600 years, 700 years, those days. But today people live less than 200 years. So our lives are very short. And within this very short lifespan, you need to actually manage the small time you have and maximize it. You are not supposed to do so many things. You're supposed to limit yourself in a portion of what you're supposed to do in this life. And one of those things is to be able to have good knowledge in relationships. All forms of relationships, not only marital relationships here. Yes, we're talking about all forms of relationships. So African youth neglect this. Even a good number of parents, people have a lot of challenges, crises everywhere in their marriages, divorce everywhere. One of the greatest problems is because they don't have an understanding, knowledge of relationship and how to master a relationships. You have to read a lot of books today and get knowledge from the respective authors and build your life, especially with a pillar of scriptural principles and precepts that balances it all. then you can build your life. But as I said, I don't want to talk much today. I want the young ladies to talk. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Musoke. Let me come to you, Vivian. Yes. I want you to look at, tell us if you find problems in our relationship today.
Yes, definitely. In fact, if you have a problem in your life, any problem you have in your life, you can trace it to a relationship. Look at it. You can trace every societal problem to a relationship problem. I always say this, that let me take from what Dr. Musoke has just spoken about God. Relationship started with God. Even God himself has to be three to be able to operate. Yes. Have you never asked, so why can God not just be the Father? You know, because the worst punishment you can give somebody is what they call solitary confinement. That means the worst form of imprisonment is the imprisonment where you don't have any contact with human beings. That's what they give it to the harshest to criminals, because you lose your mind when you don't relate with people. God created us. Even God himself has to relate. So he himself is three. Then he created us. He created the angels. Created everything. Then created us as an extension. And then when he came to Adam, now Adam too was lonely, you know, so he created a woman. He formed the woman so that he could have a relationship with her. And then later, kids started coming. Then we started having brothers, sisters. Relationships started coming from there. And you discover that that's how the human race started, with relationships. And I think that that's the oldest form of, the oldest thing in history is relationships. So if you want to spoil anything in society, tamper with this relationship structure, everything is going to fall apart. Like Dr. Musoke introduced, it's not only about romantic marital relationship. There's corporate relationship, in-law relationship, neighbors. All these forms of relationships are important to make somebody whole. So as a person, you are a reflection of the first 10 people I can count around you. If I count the 10 closest people to you, I don't need to know a lot about you. I can look at you and I know that if I can study these 10 people, I'll know a lot of things about you. So who you surround yourself with, who you get to talk with day to day, who you share your bed with, who you eat with, you walk every day with, is going to influence your life. And so most of the problems, the pain, the challenges you're going to face is going to stem from this. And the enemy has understood that. And so he comes after relationships. If he wants to destroy my life, he just needs to make me have a problem with Dr. Luke. That's all. If we have a problem, if both of us are not talking, it's going to cause a problem that I'll be struggling to solve or trying to fill in other ways. So the devil always comes after important relationships in your life. That's the reason why marriages are failing, because it's one of the most important relationships you have in your life. You know, our relationship with God, people are just joking with it. Relationship with children, we have absentee parents. So if you look at the society, we are a bunch of relationship problems. Yes, we are just a bunch of relationship problems. Go to prison. Anybody you see in prison, I do counseling. If you do therapy, when somebody breaks down in therapy, ask about their father, ask about their mother. It always stems from there. Somebody's in prison is because there was either a father lacking or a mother lacking, or some problem that came from their upbringing in family or their relationships in society. So there's no problem you can start telling me now that I will not trace a relationship problem in it. So we have a huge problem in our society, which is the whole problem of relationship.
Okay, Vanessa, do you also see a problem?
Yes, actually, as she has said, the relationship, there are a lot of problems that can stem from there. And she has made mentions of various areas: family, relationship with mother, children, neighbors, everyone around you. But the thing is, most of us are ignorant of this fact, because most of us, we live in isolation. Some people just feel like, hey, no, it's about me and the people beside me. But as she said, the people around you, they speak a lot. You might go somewhere and you don't even need to introduce yourself, but people already know who you are based on what they have been hearing or how they perceive you. Though it's not good to, they said it's not good to look at the general. But we don't also have to cancel the fact that no matter what you do, people always have a first impression about you. And how do they have that first impression about you? When you meet them, what they hear about you, and most of the times we meet each other in church, in the market, in the hospital. Now, what's your relationship with them at those points in your life when you meet with them? So most of the times we neglect the little things, the little things that we need to work on. We just want to think about the big things, because when as she said, relationship now. For example, you enter a taxi, and most of us, when we enter the taxi, we don't even have that courtesy to greet the driver or even to greet people in the taxi. And at times, even if you greet, they don't even reply. But at the end of the day, you ask yourself that what's really the problem? You see, you enter a taxi, everybody is just numb, and you can enter a taxi and you're going somewhere, and they can actually disrupt your day because you leave the house on a positive mood, and you enter a taxi and everyone is just negative. At times, so for some of us to even greet the driver who even takes us to our destination, it's a big problem. So the little things, if we can start tackling those little things, because relationship problems are everywhere. As you said, we can trace them to every little things we do.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Musoke, when we talk about relationship, we are talking about an individual. Also, I want us to look at character and relationship. Are they related?
Actually, not that they are related, but you need character in order to have a good relationship. Character is the whole issue. You know, when you look at life as a whole, not only relationship, the issue of character is what holds everything, bind everything together. Character deficiency has led to chaos. For example, I'm so shocked. I've done a lot of research these last days, and the percentage of ladies that have fallen into this trap of DNA tests shows that the children they have do not belong to the men. So this is a big character problem. We know that the men too misbehave. They do a lot of terrible things outside. But you see, at the end, those who are on the disadvantaged side are the ladies. In the sense that these children, for example, you have brought them in. They do a DNA test, it shows that they are not the children of the man. But we know of many men who have children outside. And it does not mean much. Because the reason is because the fact that they have a child outside, he knows that is his child. The girl or the lady with whom he has the child knows that this is this man's child. He is taking care of that child because he knows that this is his child. But the other way around, where a lady deceives the husband, you go and play out, bring a child. The husband is not aware, but you are aware of what you have done. So at the end now, you realize that many marriages, many marital relationships have ended up in a very, very terrible situation these last days. And it's a problem of character. It's a problem of character. It applies everywhere. The issue of corruption we are facing in Cameroon today is a problem of character. The issue of bribery, the issue of pastors manipulating Christians and so on because of money and the rest, these are character problems. So the most important element is character. Character can make you to fall from a pinnacle spot to zero. A pinnacle spot. So the examples are many. So character is not only related to relationships, it's a central factor when it has to do with life as a whole. So it also applies to relationship. Character applies because that's where faithfulness, honesty, trust, and the rest is built on that. So it's that, and that is what is lacking. So when you are teaching young ladies and young men, one of the pivotal points not to make an error, not to touch some, is character. Because character holds the whole issue. Today, many men today are already confused. Should they go and do their own DNA test with their children? It's horrible. And I think that I'm talking especially to ladies. Please, you could be faithful. And you should be faithful with your spouse, with your husband. When somebody has come and said, we should get married to you, he finalizes things with your parents and takes you. Be faithful to the man. Even if the man is unfaithful, don't use his unfaithfulness to also become unfaithful. Because you have a life that you have to give an account to God tomorrow. You cannot say that it's because my husband was unfaithful that I also became unfaithful. That is not a reason, and it will never be a reason. We should fear God. That's why I talk about the God factor. So character is still based up around the issue of God, principles, precepts, and be able to discipline yourself in life. Today we are talking about relationship and the rest, which I will not want us to deviate. I want us to really talk about it. But character is a pivotal factor when it has to do with building a lasting relationship, whether it's marital, whether it's corporate, any form of relationship. Character is a pivotal point. It applies everywhere. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. What you were saying, it just brings me back to what the delegate of Women Empowerment told me, that she has a lot of cases on her table of men coming to complain how their wives are cheating on them. Like it's a competition. But that, like you said, that's not our topic. Maybe we'll discuss that some other time.
Permit me to say this. Permit me to say this. Ladies, if you think that you prefer to be cheating, remain as a single lady and live your life.
Mr. Musoke, we'll have to discuss this.
Yes. I'm just giving them a little bit of advice because we're talking about relationship. Lady, if you wish to be cheating and live your life, don't even go and get married to a man. Just stay you, a single parent, as you call it. Even though I still not, I'm not saying that single parenthood is good. Please. Yes. I'm not saying that single parenthood is good, but it's better to live your single parenthood. People know that you are a single person and you are doing your things, than to come to somebody's house under the marital canopy. Then they check the children, they say they are not his children, and he has been investing resources on them. It's one of the greatest deception that is being unveiled today, and everywhere on social media today is scattered everywhere. Men have had a heart attack and the rest because of this. We will come back there.
Yes, we'll come back there. So I don't want us to do this, because if we want to follow what you are saying, more questions will come up. Let's come back to our topic. We are talking about building successful and fruitful relationships, and the family is the family is a smaller unit in a society. And if the family, I want us to look at relationships in the family. Parents, what role do they have to play? Because Mr. Musoke mentioned earlier that you have to read books, you have to study how to maintain good relationship. Do you think somebody who comes from a family where they don't have good relationship, which is very common now, can read those books and really maintain good relationship in our society?
Yes, very possible. Thank God that God made life in a way that is redemptive. That no matter where you come from, you can always rise above your challenges and be something better. I think most of us are, in this generation are survivors. Looking at where we came from, we are survivors. We can't say that, oh, my father used to cheat on my mother used to do this, so I'm going to. No. There are things we picked up from home, and you can get up and say, no, I'm an adult now. I have learned better, I've known better. I can make sure my children don't experience my upbringing. So it's very, very important that you stop blaming your parents. There are people who live in blame for the rest of their lives. No, I wasn't privileged. Nobody did this to me. Nobody did that to me. I didn't learn from anywhere. But that's the reason why God raises counselors and relationship coaches, or even just other people to help, because you will meet people who are broken. And you have to step in and fill those roles and help them build through those roles that they have when they were growing up. There are certain people you meet, you actually have to be a mother to them, because you have to fill the void that they have from a mother. There are some people you meet, you have to be a father to them. Though they are not your biological children, you have to help them navigate that need in their lives. And then they now, through your knowledge, like you said, pursue knowledge in those areas, are able to pair up what you can give them to become better tomorrow. I don't think that the best people who have enjoyed relationships today came from the best homes. Some of them came from very, very difficult backgrounds. They came from sometimes polygamous families where everybody had to fend for themselves. Because sometimes I say polygamy is a family, is like single parenting. It's still like single parenting. Yes, because a house where everybody is fighting for the father's attention, trying to call everything for their own mother. Every mother and their children is only about them. It's only the father that is enjoying himself because he has everybody at his beck and call, but people cannot get the best of him. So people come from those backgrounds and they rise up to say, no, listen, I'm going to do better. So the parents are the first example a child sees when they are born. That is why it's important for a child to have a father and a mother. It's not just about parenting. A single mother cannot raise a healthy child. I'm going to say it clearly. A single mother will not raise a healthy child. Mm-hmm. She's going to raise a child who will see the world who will see the world in a certain way that is only related to women. Yeah. When a father is lacking in a girl's life, promiscuity is pursuing that child from birth already. Because fathers, what is the role of a father? A father provides identity to children. Let me say, a young girl picks her identity, her confidence from her father, not her mother. While a man also picks his confidence from his mother. So you just don't, some people say, oh, since marriage is not coming, let me have my child. You're already damaging the next generation by bringing in a child who will not have a father figure. And somebody will say, now, okay, now that I already have the child, what do I do? Look for a man who can play that role. It can be your brother. It can be your even your own father as a girl. Your father can play that role. It can be another model. You see that I can take my son to be like a mentee to that from a young age. Yeah. Because a healthy human being, a healthy child, will only grow successfully if they are raised by a father and a mother. If you're a man, you're a single father. Because we have single fathers. Yeah. Men who they gave birth out of wedlock, and the girls came and dumped them with the children, and they have to raise those children. Yes, you can do a lot for them, but they need a mother so that they can develop a soft, compassionate side as a man. And then for the lady, see, it's most important that they look up to a male figure who is a role model. Every lady is going to marry someone that looks like her father. I'm very honest.
Very true.
Every lady is going to gravitate towards a man that looks like her father. So you see a lady in a relationship where she's been beaten, she's not living. Go down to the nitty-gritty of it. She grew up with men that abuse women. And that formed in her mind that that's normal. So we can advise her from now till tomorrow. She does not understand what you're saying because her lenses have been skewed. Her lenses, she's wearing like dark lenses. So this light for her is dark. It's not bright like you and I are seeing it.
I will differ a bit with you with what you just said, that each lady gets married to a man that looks like her father. In this 21st century in which we find ourselves, ladies are desperate. They get married to any man that comes in.
Now, let's address the issue of desperation. I'm saying that the thing inside us that drives us to choose relationships, it was formed by something that came from our parents. Unless, like I told you, when we grew up from homes that were not example, and then we grew up to say, okay, I became better. When you become better now, that lens is being worked on. Mm-hmm. So you can now gravitate towards a healthy relationship, even though your father was not really the best example. But if you see somebody who grew up and didn't get to a point where they saw a better example, pursued knowledge, took responsibility to change that mentality they were raised with, they will gravitate towards a man that looks like their father. That's all. We are saying that if you're not careful, if you don't deal with certain little, sometimes I sit and I look at my husband and I see traces of my dad. Like, it's difficult. It's not like they're negative. No, they are good. I was raised in a very healthy home. My dad was present. My mom was present. You know, though they didn't have enough knowledge to give me to the extent to which I know now. Yeah. But I see that there are things that are similar to some degree because there is a certain normal that was in my brain growing up. So when I see a man, I'm judging him based on what I already know. Yeah. So now, if my father was an abusive person and I grew up and I didn't pursue knowledge, I didn't get healed, I didn't see good examples of men, do you know what I'll do? I'm going to still be drawn towards men that have what I have, what I am already having in my mind. So that same goes for mothers. Most guys will gravitate towards women that look like their mom in some form. So what we are doing now is that we are advising people that if you look at your parents and you're not proud, make a change. Please. Because if you don't make a change, automatically you will discover when you get married, you will look at your mother and your wife and there will be so many similarities. Yes. In it.
All right, Vanessa, let me come to you. I'm still within the family circle. In a family, you see the mother, the father, they pay more attention to the girl and they advise the girl, you have to maintain this relationship, you have to tolerate, you have to do this, you have to do this in order for you to, when in case you get married, you should be able to maintain your marriage. And little or no advice is given to the male child. Do you think that the many problems we are having today is because of these problems stemming from the home?
Well, I would say 80% of it. 80% of it. Why? Because that's the thing. You know, we grew up in a certain culture with certain perception. How can you have, there's a male and a female? It is true the woman is more emotional. You have to teach her to be stronger. You have to teach her to be careful. You have to teach her a lot of things. But at the same time, the guy needs the training because the whole society today is a mess because of some of them. Because why? Because some of them grew up knowing that with a lot of freedom. A guy is in the house, a child is in the house with a boy because the boy, he is free to do certain things and live. No. Most of them grow up like that, thinking that life is just about freedom. They can do what they want. And you see, boys who grow like that, they have a very high tendency of disrespecting women.
Yeah.
A very, very high tendency of disrespecting women. But if a boy grows from a home where the mother doesn't play, I've seen a home where is a men in their house who cook. They do all the cooking, they do the washing, so that they should know that those things are normal things for them to do. But when you see that, you say, no, a man is not supposed to enter the kitchen. The man is not supposed to touch the pot. You, the lady, you are supposed to cook. Sit there. When you finish cooking, you go and give it to your brother. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. When they grow up like that, they become tyrants. They are not able to sustain that relationship. They go and they destroy the society. It's a very bad way of bringing up children. It is true, more attention should be focused on the lady because she is she needs to keep her purity, she needs to keep her worth, and a lot of things. But the boy child should not be neglected. The boy child should not be neglected. They need more training because at the end of the day, that guy will be the head of the family. A woman is only comes to be his helper. And now, if you grow up and you don't know your role as a man in your life, you grow up to know that, hey, it's okay for you just sit. A woman will cook, a woman will do this. But if you grow up from a home where you know it is good to assist, it is not like you're saying that I'm saying that women have the right to force their husbands. No, but at least assist in your own way that you can assist, but not with the notion that because when you're grown up in a society where everything is just free. So you believe, I can do what I want, I can go out with this girl. That's why you say a lot of them are very reckless when it comes to relationship. Reckless, they move from this person to... And what baffles me is, they do that destroying other people's children, like the female. At the end of the day, they want to get married to someone they think is well packaged. I met this guy, and he has friends, though. But you see, the lady he has as a friend is his playmate lady. They go out, drink, but at the end of the day, he wants a good-looking woman, a woman who is full of worth, a woman, a woman of virtue. Then I asked myself, then, you beside this lady who is supposed to be a very close friend of you, why you see that they want good things, but at the end of the day, they are helping to spoil the other ones, the other ladies, thinking that they'll come up with a very good lady who is this. So I think it should be balanced. It should be balanced. Don't think because you have a boy, you have a girl, you restrict the girl, leave the boy to do what he or she has to. No. I think it should be balanced, not on one side.
All right, thank you very much. I remember when I was having the other program, Family Wahala, one of my partners, she marriage counselor also, she gave one example of, she was counseling these people, they were in courtship, and during courtship, they were allowed to stay together, and this guy went to the toilet and did not flush. And when the lady wanted to complain, the guy said, "Why are you not doing it? My mom does it for me."
Voila.
Those are the problems
Those are all the things we're
in
talking
the
about.
society. Mr. I see you making your face. All right, I'm coming to you, Mr. Musoke. I know we are looking at different types of relationship, but I want you to. It's time for you to give us knowledge for free. First of all, let's start with relationship between a boy and a girl. Do you think there is a stage in life for a girl or a boy to start thinking that it's time for me to start looking into getting into a relationship and how to build that relationship?
Yes, actually, these are natural phenomenon, natural issues in life. That when a young man or a young lady grows up, you have hormonal changes and evolutions, and at any stage in life, there are things that are primordial and very, very important. And these are things which parents should be able to tell their children. They should not go and be hearing things before. As I sit with them, discuss with them, and tell them. But you need not to tell them that you need to discipline yourself. Discipline comes in order to keep yourself pure, clean, because the first factor, as I said again, is God. With God, there is order. God is not a disordered. So with God, there is order, there is discipline, there is obedience of Scripture, obedience of parents, and so on. So people should know that the world in which we live, the world system, has been tailored in a way that it's out of God. The world system is secular, and secularism does not take into consideration the existence of putting into consideration the issue of God first. That's why in a secular state, you don't need to pray for a meeting to start.
Yes,
No.
yes.
It's against that. You see, man that God created is putting God aside. So, secularism, capitalism, and the rest, they have been put in place. And these are not systems that respect God. No. They don't respect God. So, and that is how the world is. The world has been made in a way that when you grow, you have a girlfriend and this and that. We wish to correct this issue today on board. When you grow, let that word girlfriend truly be girlfriend. Because you don't take a friend to bed.
Yes.
So if it's girlfriend, as you start maybe from a courtship and so on, some may start from dating, but dating in this sense should not go into what you are not supposed to do. It's probably you are just studying the person, and people are trying to study to know yourself in one way or the other. And you follow up when you know that you are already right. But this is what I tell youth. Whenever I'm teaching youth on relationship, what I tell them, I say the most important thing you need to do is to build yourself fast, empower yourself fast. Today we are living in a world whereby ladies, young men need to be financially or economically empowered. One of your vision and one of your strong goal, objective in life as a young man, as a young lady, is to aspire to be very rich. Listen to me. Aspire to be very rich so that even if you land at the center, at least you have something. Yeah. Don't aspire to be down there a poor man, because a poor man is not respected anywhere in the world. Even where poor men can solve a problem, they won't look at you because you are a poor man and they don't look at a poor man as a solution. So one of the things that you need to aspire, today I'm here to talk about relationship. If not, I would have told you the 3 pillars that you need to build in your life so that you should become a rich person. We are not talking on that yet. So what the point is, you should aspire to be really empowered, and empowered in a way that you can be able to reach out to your family, to your extended families, to the communities. That way you know that it's not a joke. Because when you are playing around and time is going, you are drinking in bars, playing around with girls and the rest, wasting your time, at the tail end, that time will catch up with you. And you start looking left and right. And that is why every youth, even if you wish to become a teacher, you should be a teacher entrepreneur. It means that as you are a teacher, you should also be an entrepreneur. So this is, and permit me, while talking to pastors, I say Africa has a problem. And one of the greatest problems is because we have taken the kingdom from the wrong perspective. We are practicing Christianity. I told people I'm not a Christian. They say, yes, I'm not a Christian. I'm a kingdom citizen of God. I'm not a Christian because a Christian is a religious human being. Christianity is a religion, yes. But the kingdom of God is not a religion. That is not what we are talking here today.
You have a lot.
I'm sorry. So let me come back to your question and what you really wanted us to talk about. I just wish to say that when growing up, as I said, if you have studied, you have knowledge, you have understanding, you have wisdom, you should know that at any stage in life. That's why as I'm sitting here, if you tell me what do you wish to do in the next 20 to 30 years, I'll tell you, it's documented. It's documented and always modified. As time is going on, I'm doing modification. So a young man should know that at this age, I have this in mind, at this age, I have this in mind, at this age. Document it. Let it be, that is your master working plan document. That's the most important document you should have in your life. Every morning you get up, you check. Okay, yes. I will get married at the age of 25. You have already put it there as a target. You might get married earlier or later, no problem, but have it as a target. Have it documented so that you know that you are working towards that. and you make it to work harder. I wish to become a millionaire. I will need to have about 100 million in my account by 30. It is there because the average sum that a human being needs today to have yourself comfortable, you should have at least 15 billion in your account, so that you can live a life that you also help others. All these things you put it may look difficult, but when you document everything, you program it, you know that at this stage, okay, now I will get married. So any girl who come to my life between now and 21 years, I will make as though she does not exist. I will focus. Yes. Your discipline will come because you know when you are expecting to get married. So that you know that, okay, 2 to 3 years to that date, you now start trying to check which lady can fit in. So that from the rest of your life till 22, no lady is beautiful to you, no lady is important to you. You keep them aside and you discipline yourself to your vision and building it. You are burning your candles and burning your candles. Let nobody call you to tell you the no. You know you have no distraction. You are building vision. You are focusing on vision and your purpose in life. So you don't need distractions. Then when you reach that age, they say, okay, now I'm already 22. And I said I'll get married at the age of 25. Okay, now as I'm walking, I'll also be praying and checking whether I'll see a lady that can fit. And you already know the type of lady you want.
Yes.
That will fit in. Because many a time we get married to ladies that we are not supposed to get married to. The lady is shining. She's a star. Is that what is in your plan?
Yeah.
Were you planning to get married to a star? The stars are there, yes. Will you be able to manage a star? You have not developed yourself to manage a star. Because these are realities. To manage a star, you develop yourself. Towards them, so okay, I've developed myself well to manage a star. This is how stars function. This is how their lives are. So you already build yourself ready. You say, okay, this lady is a star. Okay, can this one really fit? Yes, I'm a child of God, so the lady must be born again, for example. So you check now all those things. Now, if it falls, before you go, so that you don't get a star and you are now struggling to read books on how to manage a star when she's already in your house. No, you are already a failure. Because a star will tell you, I have this concert here, I have to fly to Dubai. Have you made up your mind to contain that?
Yeah.
So when you are going in, you are prepared for that. 2 of you can be flying, going for the concert. Say, yes, we are going. You have enough money, you can be flying. And that's why we have a lot of problem today, because young men have not prepared themselves towards that. And document their lives and know that this is my life. This is how I'm supposed to work. This is how I'm supposed to work. And now also get counsel from senior people that have succeeded and the rest, mentors and the rest that will help you, build you up. A solid lady. Let me tell people something which, there is a young lady which is today in the US. Now, this young lady, I had to talk, to interview her. I tried to dig into things. I realized that the young lady is tough and strong. She has built herself in a way that... So I thought that I have studied. Yes, I have read and I've done a lot more than her. But I saw a principled young lady that I said, yes. And I said, not any type of a man can get married to you. I hope you know this. She said, yes, I know. She said, Daddy, please, I know very well I'm working. That's why I came close to you, because I've also been following what you are doing. I want you to talk to me more. I said, okay, this lady knows what she's doing. So that is how you search. Get information from mentors, people that you think can give you information that will help you to build your life. Don't take your life, because you don't have 2 lives. You have just one. If you mess it up, you have messed it up. If you mess it up, you have messed it up. So you don't joke with life. It's an asset. As you are building relationship, building your knowledge, building and so on, there comes a time, document all these things so that it will be easy for you. If you tell me now, where are you going to be? The whole 2020, this to 2025, I've worked all those things. If I don't live to reach that time, well, no problem. But I already know that I've sat down and walked, and I can smile now. Daily, I check to adjust. It's hard work. You pay the price. Many people don't want to pay the price, but they want to have a healthy home. Which healthy home can you have where you have not paid the price? So, just to round up this point, I just wish to say that there are preparations for every stage in life. Unfortunately, again, we are not teaching about the 4 stages of life. We would have come back to it. But all these things will eventually come there and talk to youths gradually so that they too should learn. We are doing all this for free. You are not paying us, youths. So take it for free and put it to your back. It's for free. You can build a lasting relationship, but you need to prepare yourself at every stage in life. Don't fall prey. I say it again. If a boy comes to you, young lady, and he says he loves you, and the next thing is, which hotel are we going to meet? That is not a boy. Kick that young man out or call me. Please call me. I'll come and kick him out on your behalf. Thank you.
Even the ladies are asking the men to.
All right, let me just take this contribution. This one says, hello, hi TV. Thanks for the question about education on the female more than the men. My mom used to tell me to always persevere when it comes to a man. And secondly, if I end up building myself financially and economically, and I meet somebody who has nothing to offer, what should I do in this kind of relationship? Thank you very much. We have a lot of
Very good question.
Okay, answer.
Yes, no, they can talk.
Please, I'm not get the last part. Can you just?
Okay, that if she works on herself very well and economically and financially and meets a man who has nothing to offer, what is she going to do in that kind of relationship?
To me, if she waits for the right person, that's what I would say. Because first of all, when a lady, Mr. Mosoke, was talking about working on yourself, first of all, before entering into a relationship, as a lady, as a man, you need to be whole. You need to be, Dr. Miles call it single. What does it mean when you have to be single? Working on yourself, knowing yourself. Because the truth is, many marriages fail because of failure of courtship. Because during courtship, people just want to rush over things. People just want to pick out things, skip stages in life because they want to get married. So me, if she has worked on herself, let her wait, the right person will come. And a lady in purpose, a lady who has worked on herself, her worth, her value, who is capable. When you meet a man who is in purpose, who can take care of you, who can teach you the word, who is doing something productive, you will know. But at that stage, if you don't meet someone, I bet you the marriage, any relationship you enter in is just for a matter of tolerance, perseverance, and we know relationship is not all about that. So if you've worked on yourself, why not be patient? And unfortunately, the churches too are putting a lot of pressure on some of us women, and even our parents. Once you start clocking 30, even 28, I'm not I'm not even seeing any boy around here. In church too, they say, pastor, like people in church around you, they say, are you a lesbian? So there's a lot of pressure. But you wait because you've taken your time to work on yourself. You're not going to destroy all of that because you want to get married. Marriage is not a prerequisite to enter heaven or something. You wait for the right person, and once the right man comes, a man in purpose, you will know. If you're a lady who has worked on yourself, except you have not worked on yourself. But anybody who is reasonable stand in front of you, you will know the right person. That's what I always tell people. You will know the right person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like to add something to what she said about that. But what the question the lady is asking? What we call power couple is a couple that both are powerful.
True.
And people pay by their level of power.
Powers. Yeah.
So you cannot work on yourself and you're powerful, and you're attracting a less powerful
A less
person.
powerful.
If you have attracted a less powerful person, then there's something wrong
There's
with
something
your,
wrong,
with your
yes.
working, with the fact that you worked on yourself.
Yes.
See, there's a time. No. Love does not keep a relationship. Love is emotions. Don't talk about
Yes.
love. Emotions, it does not keep a relationship. And when I talk about power is not money. Because sometimes we equate power to resources.
Yeah.
Power is character, which is something we started with at the beginning.
thank you.
Character, values that we built. That's
Yes.
that's what makes a person powerful. The person might not have enough money in their account. They might not be rich financially. There's a quote that says that some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Yes.
What are they lacking in? They're
Yes.
lacking in character.
Yeah.
So at the level of power, when you're building some things in yourself, you're building your values. You're build even now. Power, money comes from the level of power. So you cannot put that completely out of the picture. So you're working on yourself. There are times that a man will ask you out, and you go and look at yourself in the mirror. What did this man
What's
see?
this man
Who gave this man the right, that the courage to come to me? Immediately, there's something you saw immediately relates to him. A drunk, a cheat, somebody that sleeps around.
Yes.
If he's walking up to me to ask my hand in marriage, then I'm also